You're watching the Better Days podcast with the boys, Danny and Zach. Any guesses where they are today? Enjoy the episode.
Rock and roll.
We are here.
Happy days.
We are sat on the boats in the sun.
Where do you think we are? Who do you think we're with?
The main man. The main man.
Mr. Daniel Jones. It's a pleasure to have you on here, mate. I've been trying to get you on it for ages.
To spend time with you.
I know, it's beautiful to see you. With the sun out as well.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
It's gorgeous. I'm sunburnt.
I know.
Yeah.
Stunning.
I hope there isn't too much for glare, but
No.
you get what you give them.
Exactly. I hope you can hear us. We're pretty close to a river. Where do you think we are?
We had to move a minute ago, a lot of faff due to being too close to the river.
Exactly that.
All you could hear was...
That's very true. We've done some prep for this episode. This is the first one.
Yep.
Spent hours and hours on this.
Should we start with a quick fire?
Yeah, I'm gonna introduce Dan first.
Yeah, better
You're
idea.
probably guessing, we're all in kayaking kit. Dan is a very, very good kayaker. Pleasure to paddle them all the time. Yeah? Do you like kayaking?
That's pretty much it. I do like kayaking.
How long have you been kayaking for?
10 years.
Yeah? Sweet.
Started when I was 12.
Cool. Yeah.
In a swimming pool, doing a few rolls, and then slowly progressed with experienced kayakers.
What made you start?
I honestly don't know.
No.
Like, I turned up to a swimming pool and there was like kayaking lessons, and I was like, I think I'm going to try this. Like, I wasn't good at like normal PE like lessons and things like that, and I didn't like football or rugby. And I thought kayaking was a little bit different. Got me in the outdoors. So
Yeah, I love that. So started in the pool, and then what was your first river memory?
I think it's got to be JJ's at TNR. I literally turned up with my dad and literally just played around in the tiny little drop, and then a guy came over, he introduced himself and kind of took me under his arm for the day and took me down the whole section, and
Sick.
just like looked after me.
What boat were you in back then?
I was in a Piranha Inner Zone.
Inner Zone.
That was my first ever kayak.
On brand.
Yeah, I could back you there. Mine was in Inner Zone.
Put it for my 12th birthday.
12th birthday.
That's where it all started.
Hell of a present, that, isn't it? The Inner Zone.
What was your first... Like, I always think when I first started how much fun I had from it. What was your first thoughts on kayaking? Because it's a mad sport if you've not done it before.
It's just a bit crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like a normal sport you would do. Like, the adrenaline that you get from it is like nothing else you get.
No, that's very true.
It's the chaos,
special.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Everybody just enjoys, I think, the chaos of it.
And it's like an individual sport, but then it's also like a community as well.
Yeah.
So you're kind of paddling for yourself, but surrounded by other people who love it as well.
Yeah,
so
regardless
That's a good way
of
putting it.
and regardless of how good you are at paddling, just getting on the river and enjoying your time with everyone. That's the beauty of the sport, isn't it, as well? It's just, no matter who you are, jump on the river, you're going to have some fun and meet some amazing people.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
It's class.
I like that. It's like you're solo paddling because you're on your own in your own boat, but you're with a group. That's a good way of putting it.
Everyone looks after each other, basically.
Yeah.
So, it's nice. It's a sport.
Was it earlier this year or the end of last year you did a trip to Chile?
That was the winter.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure when. I think it was 2024.
Yeah, back
at the end of 2024.
I saw you out there, didn't I? I think. How was that? Can you tell us a bit about that?
It was amazing. Yeah, it's just like the most beautiful place I've ever been to. Surrounded by volcanoes, class 3, 4, 5. It was special.
Yeah,
it was a special trip. Yeah.
Very hot, I can imagine.
But the water is glacial, so it's super cold. So it's like outside, you're in a dry suit, sweating, like roasting, walking your boat in. Then you get to the river and you're freezing. Yeah.
One extreme to another.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But the colour of the water out there, just
like crystal clear blue.
Insane.
And everything's so clean. Like, you come to North Wales and you paddle class 5 and everything's quite chossy. As soon as you go somewhere that far away, like the water just completely changes. Like, the consequences are still there, but every kind of feature seems to be cleaner. But then they have more snow melt and glacial melt, so like they get more of a consistency of water. Where here it chucks it down, and then it stops, and then chucks it down, and then everything moves because it's not used to that kind of
you've got to get the timing right
flow.
here, haven't you? And sort of wait for that rain to come in. We're lucky we got a few dam releases and
absolutely.
all of that, but aside from that, it is just sort of waiting for that rain to dump, isn't it, really?
Exactly that.
Favourite river out there?
I'm going to say the truffle. So it's like a constant grade 3 section, kind of in a lava field type of thing. So you kind of kayaking off a glacial volcano. So it's just full of lava fields, constant class 3, no stopping, and it was just beautiful. It
Amazing to paddle. You had a good group out there as well, didn't you?
Yeah, really good. I went out with the Scots, and it was just such a good experience with them. They're so fun, and I know that everyone's got my back out there. So it's just a nice thing.
And that's it. It's when you're paddling stuff like that, you want to make sure that your group is sort of, again, we're going back on that community thing, and you always have each other's back, don't you? Really, especially when you are pushing it a little bit as well. So that's class.
It looked like a class trip.
Yeah, it did look like incredible.
How long were you out there for?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Perfect. Yeah. Do you think that's like the minimum time you need, or?
I wouldn't want to go any shorter than that. I don't think it'll be worth the trip.
Yeah.
Like, it definitely is worth the trip, but if you want to kayak constantly, then I think you need at least 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And the cost to get out there as well. It's not a cheap place to go, is it? So you do want to make the most of your time out there and give yourself that bit more time. I think,
absolutely.
Definitely needed trip out there.
Yeah.
And we will put some of Dan's videos in from this trip.
Dan is a little ninja behind the camera as well. So he's got some corkers of some shots. So we'll get them in there.
100%.
Yeah. We're going to stop doing our little taking the guest on a paddle, because that's always going to be the River D. And impressive people like him have done some amazing things. So we're going to put that at the end.
But the D is the home.
The D, and
if we didn't have the D, we wouldn't have anything else.
That's true. Yeah, we're forced to paddle it.
It's a super special river.
And we enjoy it.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do play the river.
Yeah.
And you can paddle it any time as well.
Exactly.
That's one of the beauties of it, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Should we go on to quickfire?
Yeah, let me get the quickfire questions up.
So this is sort of a new thing. If you've watched our other podcasts, we haven't been
released yet, but they will be.
Yeah, they will be released, so you should have seen them by now, but we haven't done the quickfire round yet. Yeah. So this is special, Dan. You are the first of the quickfire round.
And admittedly, they were invented behind your van.
Yeah.
So there's going to be 5 questions. We're going to ask everyone the same question. Bish bash bosh, quick as you can.
These ones are really important to us as well.
Yeah, they're big deals. Big, important questions. Favourite snack on the river, off the river?
I'm going to have to say flapjacks.
Yeah. Flapjacks.
Super easy choice. Straight down. Good to go. Loads
normal. Because there's a couple flapjacks.
Yeah,
see, for me, I like a Bakewell. So the Bakewell flapjacks.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I don't have a preference as long as it's food.
It was a good job when I was working on a flapjack factory for 2 months. You'd come back with carrier bags of flapjacks for all the kayakers.
Flapjack supplier.
Yeah. But the packets were biodegradable, weren't they?
Yeah, so you put a paper packet of flapjack in your buoyancy aid, go paddling, and then it'll be like a mush at the bottom.
Picking it all out.
Yeah, I think I sold a buoyancy aid with an old flapjack in there.
Lucky them. That's extra. You should
enough talking. We're on the quickfire questions.
Yeah, that's so true.
So, prettiest place you've been? I imagine that's going to be with kayaking, but
I think Nepal.
Yeah.
I went to Nepal in 2016.
Yeah.
Spent a month out there, and that was one of the most beautiful places I've been. So.
Yeah. It's quickfire questions, but I'd like to get back onto Nepal.
Okay.
That was a cool experience. Worst injury? Or favourite, however you want to put it.
Gonna have to say dislocating my shoulder on Town Falls.
Yeah, I was there for that one.
Quite a pathetic experience.
It looks horrific.
It hurt.
Did it go straight back in, or?
Kind of, yeah.
Still
sticks out to the day, but it's fine.
Like a brand new reactor before anyone else had one. Tea or coffee? Got to pick one.
I'm gonna say tea.
Tea. How do you have it?
Milky with 2 sugars.
And how do you make it? This is the important one.
Tea bag in.
Yeah.
Hot water.
Yeah.
Dash of milk.
Do you not take the tea bag out first?
Sometimes.
Oh, okay. Living on the edge there.
Yeah. Got to mix things up.
Yeah, you have to.
And the final question, the biggie, is a Jaffa cake a biscuit or a cake?
It's a cake.
Is it? Cool.
It
I'm not
says
even going to
cake.
argue with on it.
So
we're gonna.
It's
yeah,
got to
do
be
you know
cake.
what? I want to leave them there because I've got my opinion. But
Yeah.
I want to let you guys decide
Exactly.
and see what his opinion is.
You can judge Dan just as much as we're judging Dan. Don't you worry. So you led us on perfectly to Nepal. You went out there when you were 15, 16?
When I was 16 years old.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Did you say it was by yourself as well, wasn't it?
I kind of flew out with 2 other people who I'd literally met.
Just keep talking, boys.
Twice.
I'll check the camera.
Nice.
Yeah, Matt Cook and Ed Caswell. We flew out together, and then I kind of didn't know them very well, but I kind of started to get to know them a lot more coming up to the trip.
Nice.
But I was 16 years old, so it did feel like I was kind of going on my own.
The young buck.
Yeah. And then spent 4 weeks out there, living on beaches. Probably spent 2 nights overall in Kathmandu.
Sick.
It's quite a busy place.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Crossing the road's hard. And yeah, we slept on beaches. We like safety kayaked for the raft guides and things like that, which was a good experience. It helped me in my kayak and to help it progress a lot more. It's kind of being on it more, focusing on safety as well as my own kayaking and things like that.
Yeah.
But it's just a really special place to go. Like the people are so lovely to you and
Welcoming.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's so nice. So how long was you out there for altogether?
About 4 weeks.
4 weeks. Nice. Would you say, a bit like going back on the Chile bit, would you say you need that amount of time to hit a place like that?
Yeah, I think a minimum to go that far is 3 weeks. I think 4 was enough. I kind of felt like I'd done everything I wanted to do and felt like coming home and actually progressing in my home ground was the next step. So,
Yeah, nice. It's hours in a boat. Zach's famous saying.
Yeah, quantity boating makes quality boating.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one.
So any trips planned this year?
Not so far. I might potentially go to Europe, maybe Valsesia.
Nice.
Just trying to think the time, what I've got.
Scotland. You need to come visit me
yeah.
in Scotland. It's
Yeah, I
gotta be
think
done.
I'm mainly going to focus on my UK paddling, try and go to places I've not really been that often,
Yeah, nice.
and then potentially next year do something long haul and go a little bit further away
Yeah.
and spend 3-4 weeks out there.
We are blessed in the UK for what we've actually got.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think a lot of people think get good at kayaking and get out, but we've got loads here still that we can play.
Yeah.
What's your favourite in the UK? You got to pick one.
I guess in the Maldak.
Really? I was thinking you could have said a swale then.
That was a good shout. I forgot about that one.
That's a Danny J classic, that is.
Yeah. I'm going to say I'm going to be on the line between the Swale and the Maldak.
It's a hard one.
I can't pick.
Yeah. Both good rivers.
Yeah. But very good.
I haven't paddled the swale myself yet, but I'm very excited to.
We'll do it.
Well, that's right then. What's your favourite, so internationally, you've done your trips and things, if you had to pick one river, what's the one? The happiest on the water? The best?
It's a really hard one. Because I'm happy every day I'm on the water.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no matter where you are.
Yeah. I don't think I can answer that.
No.
It's a really hard one.
It's a tough one when you get put on the spot as well.
Yeah.
It's hard because, again, you just the enjoyment of being anywhere you are as long as you're on the water. Yeah. And for me, just being outside, really.
Yeah. And I think it depends who you're with as well. Like, if you're with a really good group who you all get along with, then you're going to have a good time anyway, no matter what, if it's class 1, class 2.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a nice time.
I've seen you out on the hills as well this winter.
Yeah.
Did you
spent
do a
of
bit
time.
in Snowdonia, did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I did the Glidders and the Igahan and a few others. So.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Late night camps or just day hits?
Day hits and stayed in my van. So.
Lovely. Cold.
Yeah.
No diesel heater?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Heated blanket.
Yeah. I'm always jealous when I can hear Zach's diesel heater start. I'm like, oh,
It's the humming. You're like,
My water's frozen next to my bed.
Yeah. You've had some cold experiences in your van.
Yeah.
When I
yeah,
first
very
met
cold.
Danny, it was on a Christmas tree farm in Scotland.
Yeah.
Minus 12 at night. I left my heating on all night. 21 degrees in my boxers. He locks the van in the morning. I'm standing there in my boxers. He's just told me he's had to defrost his pillow off the side of the van.
Brutal.
Frozen in
Absolutely
bed.
brutal. Yeah, I'm not doing another winter without a diesel heater, put it that way.
Yeah.
It gets just a bit too cold.
Yeah.
And we have to take advantage of Zach's dry room in his van as well.
A lot of
It's
people have
just
been,
incredible.
spectacular.
Otherwise, I'm putting frozen kit on, which is just never the one.
I think having a van for these sports is so beneficial as
Yeah.
well. Being able to have a little camp out, little car park camp, little
Good
lay-by
food.
camp. Yeah, little car park dinners and things.
It's beautiful though, those little rallies, they're just,
Yeah.
you can't beat them, can you?
No.
When you're with your group, you're all in convoy going to each river,
Exactly.
beers come out in the evening.
Yeah.
What more could you want?
Certainly the people that make this sport.
Yeah, I agree.
Like who you're with, where you're paddling. Yeah.
Yeah,
some
massively.
right good memories. And, I don't know what we'd do without this kayak and stuff.
I honestly don't know.
I generally wouldn't have a personality.
Yeah.
Like, what is this? I wake up and I start thinking about it.
Yeah, just it's always on the mind.
Yeah.
So taking whitewater aside, you've been doing a lot of touring as well recently, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been
Around
doing a lot
Anglesey
of
and
around Anglesey.
Enjoying
yeah,
that?
porpoises and all sorts of wildlife, and it's just a different experience to do. Like, I do love absolutely paddling whitewater all the time, but just to do something different and have a chilled day. And my plan is to do kind of overnight trips and things like that.
yeah, little expeditions. Yeah, nice. And you said briefly that you were looking at doing the whole of Anglesey in one hit. as
Yeah,
well,
like a
weren't you?
circumnavigation.
Yeah, how long do you reckon that would take you? And can you talk a little bit about that?
I've not fully worked it out, but I know people have done it in 13 hours, maybe less.
So you're going to do it in 12 and a half.
I'll give it a go.
Danny J is the new record holder.
As long as you're there with food in your van for me.
Mate, I'll be all the way around that.
We'll have the cheese toasties ready,
Yeah.
mate.
Yeah, but that's my plan for the future. I think I'd quite like to do stuff like that and
Yeah,
kind of challenge myself more,
yeah,
because you do get very comfortable on white water, and sometimes you need to mix it up and try something new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd never drop it.
Yes.
Always going to come back.
That's good. What sort of boats are you paddling at the minute?
I've got my Ripper,
Yeah. The one
and
we're
then I've
sitting
got
on?
a Reactor as well.
Yeah.
So they're my two boats of choice.
What's been your favourite boat of all time, or is it they just keep getting better and better?
They do keep getting better and better, but I think the Ripper 2 is definitely my favourite.
You're a Ripper too, man.
Yeah, I am.
Shreds it. I'll get some
Yeah.
footage of that in it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. Would you like to touch on the Piranha NRS thing, or keep it personal? Choice is yours, son.
We can go for it. I work for Piranha and NRS. Piranha's a kayak brand, so they make these kayaks that we're sat on now. I do think they're the best on the market. Before I even worked for Piranha, I always used to paddle them.
Yeah.
And yeah, safety-wise, they're the best on the market.
Yeah, exactly.
Design-wise, I also think so. And then NRS make all the kit that we're wearing, pretty much.
Exactly. Danny,
So-
sort yourself out.
Yeah, I'm hiding that. Yeah, NRS.
The sticker on the side of the helmet, you're sorted.
But yeah, that's me. That's what I do for work as well. So I'm technically still in the industry as well. So
It must be quite nice to always be thinking about it. Must
Yeah.
be hard to switch off. But at least you can go to work and have some sort of relation to
yeah,
the sport.
absolutely. And everyone who works there loves kayaking as well. So
Yeah, that sound.
yeah.
I remember we were talking about sort of raising some money and again touching on sort of that Anglesey record and
Yeah.
blitzing that. We were looking at a few and potentially raising some money for some charities and organisations. We had a little plan. We're not going to spoil too
No,
much
exactly.
yet, but we were thinking of one in Scotland.
Yeah.
Did you want to touch on some of the charities that we can potentially look at?
I think
We've got a few between us, to be
it
honest.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a money split,
Yeah.
equal each way type thing.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I'd definitely like to do one which supports the paddling community,
Yeah,
gives people
100%.
new opportunities and things. I do
Yeah.
think there is a charity being set up now. I don't really know much more information about it,
Yeah.
but that's something I would want to help people to get into the sport and progress in the sport more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially for areas that don't sort of. You've got a lot of people that live in areas that don't have easily,
Exactly.
like they can't access the rivers as easy. The
Yeah.
equipment is quite expensive.
It's an expensive start.
yeah, 100%. So it'd be good to give back to those, and we may have a challenge that us three and Ross might set ourselves that we do need to plan more.
Exactly.
That we might raise some money for.
We've got a few challenges. There's 4 lads in the valley that we're going to get on this podcast that are starting a called Wandering Movements. It's like a men's mental health charity, and they're just going on little adventures and just chatting, really, just being
Yeah.
open. But they've got some big plans, and they've
It's
just
so
set this
important as
charity
well.
up.
So important to talk,
So,
isn't it?
Yeah, I'd love to donate that way as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Got a few challenges for this year or next year.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know if I've told you about mine that I'm in the works on.
No, go on. Spill the beans.
Do a little so it's 24 hours lapping town falls.
24 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
How many laps do you reckon you can
Well,
fit in?
that's the thing. We're gonna do a little raffle. People are gonna bet on it. Closest one is gonna win something that I can get my hands on for free.
I like that.
So yeah, that's the plan, and try and get some money on that. I'm
Yeah,
gonna make
sick.
a little film out of it as well.
Yeah,
Our
cool.
friend Ivana's gonna get that sorted. But
That'd be good.
more details on the way.
Well, how many did you get in when you did when you was in the Electron?
28,
28, and that was over how long?
2 hours. But that was quite intense, and I could
I
not
can
give up.
imagine. We'll have the snacks on the side.
Yeah.
That's right. We'll have flapjacks.
Exactly. I think the plan is to get basically all my friends to join me for a few laps, keep me company.
Yeah,
I'm doing
nice.
a lad called Alfie Smith.
Yeah.
Lovely boy. We're going to get him on here as well.
Nice.
And potentially I'm trying to get Sol to do it, but I don't know.
If it's in summer, he's all over it.
I don't know.
Winter, no.
But no. Back to like the mental health side of it. I know Danny and I certainly use this, like I use kayaking, he uses climbing, being outside to ground yourself. And,
Yeah.
So I imagine that that's the same for you type thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know what I'd do without it, to be honest.
No, exactly.
It'd be hard.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those, it's like, as much as it keeps you physically fit, I think what all these sports do for up here is
Exactly.
you can't beat it, can you?
No, I don't think some people understand which going out in the outdoors and doing something that you love actually takes the thoughts in your mind completely away.
Yeah,
Like I
it's-
come kayaking and all I think about is kayaking.
Yeah, it's being present, isn't
Yeah.
it? You are stuck in that moment because when you're hitting a rapid or climbing, whatever it is, mountain biking, like, if you think about anything else, you could hurt yourself.
Yeah.
So it's like you are
Yeah.
got that forced
Completely
focus.
zoned in, yeah.
and it's like you need to concentrate on this. And
Yeah.
I think that is the beauty of it, isn't it? Is that any of your troubles outside of it, they're gone,
Yeah.
and it's just focusing on that moment. And I think that's the beauty of it. And I think that's something that we want to sort of highlight more and use this as a way to help people who say are struggling with mental health and they haven't looked at this as an area to help them in a way. I think it's a physical and mental breath of fresh air, isn't it?
Definitely.
It's just the best thing in the world.
Things with we've been talking about grounding and things, like how you ground yourself when you get nervous. I imagine you get nervous. I get nervous.
I do get nervous, yeah.
I've got ways. My friend Rob told me to like make you aware of your surroundings. So like, what's the temperature of the water? What can you hear? What can you see? What can you smell? To kind of get out your head and be in the moment.
Okay.
Have you got ways of grounding yourself from nerves? If you've got a big rapid, a big waterfall, you're going to do, but it's a little bit nerve-wracking. You've got ways of.
I don't have a specific
He
way.
sings when he gets scared.
Yeah, I'm a singer. It's quite
Like,
weird, actually.
it's just naturally, like not even as a joke. He'll just start singing, and you
Okay.
can hear him, and it works.
yeah, it
But
does calm me down weirdly. Enables me to focus.
You've got ways that ground you.
I don't think so.
It might just be like a subconscious.
I think I
thing.
just kind of focus and
In that
make sure
zone.
that's definitely what I want to do before I do it.
Yeah.
If there's
Yeah.
any doubt in it, I'm more than happy to walk away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's not going anywhere, it'll be there tomorrow and I can come back. But
Just
if I'm not
take the
feeling it
ego
in the
out.
moment, then I just won't do it.
Yeah, and it's for you looking if you are nervous or if you're looking at that rapid and going, oh, there's the excitement, and that excitement of you wanting to hit that
Yeah.
line, that probably carries you.
Yeah, I
goes,
think there's got to be a
"You know
reason to do it. So,
what?" Yeah,
Rather than a reason not to do it.
yeah.
yeah,
I was talking to a friend about, which really changed my perspective on it. A lot of people are like, I'm not going to run that waterfall. It looks messy. I'm going to get hurt. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. But he tries and finds a reason why he wants to do everything.
Yeah.
The smallest thing. Why do I want to surf that wave? What am I going to get from it? What am I going to feel? Why do I want to do this? No matter how big it is, but get more of the enjoyment out of doing things rather than the negative of not doing things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it completely changed my. I've never thought about it.
yeah. And it's the beauty of talking to different people and
Exactly. Yeah.
sort of interviewing each people and finding out how, because each person does everything so different.
Yeah,
We are all individuals and all sort of think in a different way. So it's, again, we're going to learn off talking to so many different people about how they cope with their nerves.
Exactly. Hopefully we can help other people that listen.
Yeah, exactly.
But we don't have a clue what we're talking about, really. We're proper winging this.
We are winging this, yeah. You could probably tell.
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
you got any paddling plans? Really, like, not the big trips, but have you got any local things happening soon? I know we're waiting on water quite desperately.
Yeah, we definitely are. I think I'd quite like another trip to Scotland.
Yeah.
And if we do get rain, go down to South Wales.
Yeah.
I've not done South Wales before, so I think that'll be a nice one. The Nedfec and then the Mafta.
Yeah.
I think that'll be
Lady
the ones to go for.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, just local paddling. Just enjoy the summer.
Yeah. Enjoy the sun.
Yeah.
As much as we want the rain, it's nice to have a bit of sun.
I did forget my sun cream though.
Yeah, I've been really
me
badly
about
burned recently. I won't lift my shoulders up because it's terrible.
Yeah, you look a
really
trucker.
bad. It's like a squashy. I think last time we were sat here, it was snow, wasn't it?
Yeah, so that was
Last
a
podcast.
Sol episode.
Yeah.
Top of, I'm not going to say where because that would give it away. A hill over there.
Top of the hill.
Top of the hill with kids sledging down the back. I think we were in Crocs and deck shoes.
And it was Baltic.
Yeah.
Had to persuade Sol to get on the river, didn't we?
Yeah.
And me, to be fair, it was a bit chilly.
It was horrific. I suppose that's to get the perch in the summer, you get no water, but you get a lovely temperature.
Yeah.
And then in the winter, you get lovely water and no temperature.
Ice everywhere. Can't beat it.
So I think
How's
we've come
that?
to a natural end.
I think we have as well. I think that.
No
I'm
clue how
actually
we're
curious to see how long that is.
I reckon 15, 20?
Yeah, I reckon.
23.
23. You
23 is
23.
Bang on the money, that's the bet.
Go on, actually, you're going 23. I'll go with 18.
Oh, not feeling confident.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 25.
This is where it's an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, just being helpful.
But thank you, Dan, for coming on this. I've been trying to persuade you. I know you want to do it, but it's nerve-wracking, isn't it?
It is,
Talk to
yeah.
a camera.
It's still weird
None of
for
us
us, but
know what we're doing.
Yeah.
But no, we really appreciate having you on because you're such
Yeah.
a cool person. And we'd love to have you back on after big trips and adventures.
Absolutely.
Charlotte. But more importantly, these episodes are made for the guest, not for us. So we want we'll plug all his socials and everything. He's a wizard on social media.
Yeah.
Some lovely good edits coming out. Lovely good. Fucking hell.
And we will drop some of his stuff from Chile as well. You can see him in action.
Exactly. But have you got anything else you want to show off, plug, anything?
I don't think so.
No? Sweet. We'll put your social medias in and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, just have a think, send me a message, stick some stuff in the comments and all that. But yeah, now to the cringy stuff, do all the subscribing stuff and all the likes and all that.
Yeah,
And,
just spam it.
send us questions as well. Not that we've posted these videos yet. We want some questions that we can ask either Danny and me.
And also, throw the debate about the Jaffa cakes.
yeah,
I want to see what everyone's opinion is on the Jaffa cakes.
it's a cake, but
I'm
not
really
fruit.
intrigued. But it's in the biscuit aisle.
Yeah, but it
This
says
is what
it
throws
cake.
me off.
Yeah, I don't know.
Again, we want to see what you think.
Maybe we'll do a tally at the end of the year. However many guests say biscuit and whoever says cake.
That's a
I don't know.
shout.
Yeah,
I like that.
One of us has got to do something
Yeah.
stupid.
Or we personally write to McVitie's
Yeah,
and ask them what they think.
that's true.
Straight from the source.
Exactly. I imagine it's been done. Like I can imagine we can
Yeah.
Google this, but we're going to keep it going for a whole year for content.
We're going to get someone in the comments that's just going to put the clear answer
exactly.
with the definition of the Jaffa cake.
First episode out, job done.
Yeah. Shit, we'll have to take it off our questions.
I don't know what number episode this is. I don't know which order we're going to post them, but I can't wait to everyone to see this.
Yeah, thank you again,
very
mate.
much for having me. It's been
Appreciate
amazing
it.
to have you on it.
Absolute pleasure.
Thank you, mate. I really appreciate this. Yeah, bish bash bosh.
It's back.
See you
Go
later.
boating.
Adios.